How absurd! Who in their right mind would choose to move to Siberia?
Nobody wants them anywhere else. What makes them think we want them here?
Out of way of rest of world. Best place for them, if you ask me.
Of course we can understand Russian. We are Russian.
Well, I know.
The revolution still has yet much to achieve, which is why we must believe that dedicating ourselves to the cause, ours will be a just reward.
Sophia, wait until you reach our age and see how much things will have changed, though scarcely even on the map. This place is being made a paradise.
Good luck with that.
I beg your pardon?
Just passing through.
You know, they started to settle it 10 years ago now. All those nice young Jewish boys chopping trees and building houses. I'll bet there's a shidduch within 1 month.
A shidduch?
A shidduch.
A month?
A month.
Mother, I do not want a shidduch.
You don't? Why is that?
For me, it's important to decide for myself.
Oh, is it?
It is. Well, we'll see about that.
Indeed.
Indeed. All Jewish girls need a match. That is what a matchmaker is for.
Next stop, Bronagh.
Other things, keep an eye on the kids. We've just arrived home after so long.
Look on the map, we've our new home to find.
We've almost come home after so long.
After hour, we came day after day as we traveled for weeks on the cross-country train.
Joining this journey from the west to the east as we slept in our sleep. Thousands of seasons are started our feet.
We left our home in the distant Ukraine to start a new life, planting seeds and growing grain.
Conditions were poor in our previous life. The rubbish and will be an end to our strife. We want to cultivate ourselves within our mother Russia. And now come our pressure, sowing seeds of hope for us and far beyond.
The more we allow ourselves to be less than citizens, the more we allow ourselves to be less than citizens.
We're Russians, so why should we resign? As the neighbors in Siberia, we are comrades just like them.
The oligarchs are we, mind you, we're here to farm and sow our seed.
Grateful for this charity, we
Shake the hand that feeds.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take all your belongings with you as you alight the train.
Welcome to Birobijan. Sholem Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Shalom.
As you know, Comrade Stalin, in an ingenious solution to the Jewish problem, has decided that autonomous region of Azerbaijan is to be USSR's first prosperous and progressive Yiddish homeland.
Sophia, translate for your mother.
To pursue your Yiddish cultural heritage within a socialist framework, the Jews are to receive a modest but promising land. By rights, ours to master, for a language and a culture, the Jews of Russia now will be members of the Soviet family. A dream, a camaraderie of nations conjoined in unity. This new land, a guarantee to be from exploitation and oppression free. Yiddish will be the mother tongue, a lingua franca for the world yet to come. A fresh new start, a chance for us to prove ourselves. Welcome to the Soviet Zion.
What an adventure! I've never been this far from home. It isn't romantic, but it's nice to be here with you, so far from home, on the other side of the world.
experiment. Who knows what to expect, and who knows what to hope. Factories erected, houses, farms, and schools and shops soon will be municipal on our way. Industries will boom, and we will face the world triumphant for the first time in 2000. It's not the promised land, though it is a nice surprise. Stalin has outdone himself, and we have won first prize. We'll raise a bar and raise a glass, and toast to a dream come true.
It's not the promised land, though it is a nice surprise.
We'll raise a bar and raise a glass, and toast to a dream come true.
Comrades! As you all know, the party has decided that one of the region's economic priorities is to develop dairy farming. Whilst we continue to wait for the arrival of real-life cattle, we will be using, especially for you city folk, a theoretical cow, using which you will learn all the skills associated with how to draw milk from its teat. Being Jews, I suppose many of you may have never seen a cow before. A cow, comrades, looks like this.
Oh, with a flourish, he removes the dust cover of an absurd-looking model of a cow, cobbled together to resemble modernist design. Some of the new arrivals ooh and ah, at which the locals working in fields laugh and return to work.
Long live the land, beyond our dreams and plans. Long live the land, our dreams are time to stand.
We came here to be peasants, to work upon the land.
We came here to be equal. Our dreams and goals were grand. Our dreams and hopes are withered as the autumn whips the land. It strips away the life we built and ruins what we planned.
Long live the land, beyond our dreams and plans. Long live the land,
Our dreams are turned to sand.
Faith in God is weaker than it ever was before.
it's withered and the shavings on the floor
Are being swept about now and collected in a heap, then rushed into a basket, not put away to keep. They are carried to a bonfire and
scattered in the wind.
carried away in the current. But once the smoke has thinned, they quickly fall back downwards, burning embers hit the ground. My faith thereby is cauterized, reminders all around that we came here to be peasants, but we're dying with that dream. The land will live on after us, our blood runs through its streams. Our blood runs through its streams. No, take some borscht. No, have small. You've been working hard, you must eat. Now, we all knew it would be hard work, so no surprises. And yes, of course it's tough, we're in Siberia. But remember why we came here. You don't remember the pogroms? Not so long ago.
Mama, Tata, Bob, Azada, have I got a match for you, young lady?
Mama, make her go away.
A nice, pretty girl from the city, so refined and cultured. I know a young man. Oh, what a fine young man. What a match he is for you. Oh, yes, he is. The son of a butcher. One of the early settlers.
A real Chaim Yankel.
Father, please.
But this match, it's Bashir. It's a match made in heaven.
Bashir! Destined! What's destined, miss, is that my daughter is a talented and intelligent young girl who will marry whomever she pleases, as and when the time may please her. And I can assure you that her groom will not be the yokel son of a butcher!
Well, we'll see.
Indeed.
Indeed. This soup, it's delicious.
Thank you. on the 29th of March, 1939. My name is Sophia Lieberman, and I have been chosen as the voice of the Roberto on the new radio station, a mighty organ of political enlightenment reaching the far corners of our great Siberian wilderness. I would like to thank the authorities for asking me to fulfill this important public role on account of my aptitude in translating for the new arrivals the welcoming speeches of the delegation which have come to greet us. I will read the news first in Russian and again in Yiddish.
The town square, in which pole-mounted loudspeakers relay Sophia's broadcast, a fact that Morel is eager to share with passers-by.
Oh, what knockers! Such a bright girl, your Sophia! You must be so proud.
Oh, she's incredibly well-spoken, isn't she, my little Sophia?
Yes, and long-winded. For that, I think she has her mother to thank.
Quiet you!
The radio studio.
In other news, despite the heroic resistance of the anti-fascist masses, the Spanish capital city has fallen to General Franco's nationalist army of thugs and mercenaries.
Such beautiful words. Well, not beautiful words, but anything from her lips would be beautiful. Especially a kiss.
The Foreign Affairs Minister has promised extra shipments of weapons to help crush Franco's brutal reactionaries. Once again, we shine forth as the beacon of anti-fascist resistance in a world still in shock over the Nazi invasion, which only 2 weeks ago spelled the end of Czechoslovakia as a sovereign nation. And that ends this evening's news bulletin. I'm Sophia Lieberman, and you've been listening to the Roberto News Hour. Tune in next time for more.
I will. And every night in my dreams.
Morel is helping Isa erect a pole by a roadside, with arrows pointing at different Russian cities.
Just about there.
Here?
No, the other one.
Well, I had an uncle who used to live there, Uncle Jacob. He was a clockmaker. And one time he threw a clock out of a window.
He did?
Yes. Well, he wanted to see time fly.
Very good, Isa. We should put a sign pointing to Jerusalem. I mean, it's only appropriate if you consider where we are.
Good idea. I had a cousin who went to New York. I don't think you ever met Herschel, did you? Did you meet Herschel? Oh, no, not Herschel. Avram. Cousin Avram. He played the clarinet. Oh, no, it was Herschel. Did you meet Herschel?
Enough make with the story.
Well, anyway, he took it with him. The clarinet, I mean, Herschel did. Avram.
Whomever.
But he said in a letter that the place was crawling with Jews. He can't move for them, he says. He sometimes plays 4 simchas in a day.
Oh, so many.
And in New York, they have moving pictures in Yiddish every night of the week.
Perhaps we should put a sign pointing there too.
Yes, all right. And one pointing back home.
No, perhaps not. No regrets, remember, we promised.
You know, I sometimes wish we'd tossed a coin. I always wanted to go to America.
More important than to dream is to work hard. The most important thing in life is to survive. This does not come easy, not least of all for you know whose. Be grateful though, as we are still alive. This place is an alternative to Zion. This place so far away from Palestine. If we work our socks off, there'll be food upon our plates tonight. Complacency will lead to discontentment.
It won't taste quite as good as their pastrami.
Maybe next year if we try again, Isa, don't make fun.
For several failed harvests, we've been patient with our blighted crops. Our friends have all gone back to whence they came. Honestly, I can't say that I blame them.
If they had no strength, they'd still be here. Honestly, I pity those who left. It was a last resort.
Years of hardship whittled their resolve.
And this will not befall me, this I tell you. I'm sticking to my guns, no matter what. Every year, perhaps a few, but Roberto will flourish too. In a year, perhaps a year or two.
It isn't like we haven't tried, and we would not be the first to leave.
I can't think why you're goading me.
We've all been misinformed by Stalin's propaganda. More fool me.
This is far too far to change our minds now. There's no turning back. Where would we go? Far too late to change our minds. The point of no return has passed. There's no turning back. This is our home. And there's no turning back. This is our
home.
A crowd of townsfolk assembled at the train station, Isa and Morel amongst them. Leaving Roberto for good, many are loaded down with tattered bags, bundles, and cardboard suitcases held together with string, with others coming to wish them farewell. Sudden excitement, new arrivals, special arrivals evidently, as we see the crowd swell and a camera crew take position on the steps of the train station.
The governor of Bronagh and State Resettlement Committee are delighted to welcome Master Furia, Oscar Levy, and his two children, David and Bela Levy. This model family have moved all the way from decadent capitalist California to partake in uplifting life of workers and peasants. Let's give warm Siberian welcome, Levins.
The Levin family alight the train. They are greeted by a large crowd, unenthusiastically clapping, which quickly halves as a large contingent of it boards the train, heavily laden with luggage and blow, clearly departing for good.
This doesn't go well.
Maybe not a good omen, so we can't turn back. How we come quite this far? They haven't us straight.
And that's quite your conviction.
We can't turn back on our side of the street. So easy to sit laying back in an armchair.
Shooting your mouth off.
Exploring philosophy, no hard enough to where my mouth is my money.
But you've been in the bullet, moved us all here.
The communist life is to us more appealing than settling in the Middle East or the Hague.
Blood is thicker than water.
So with a handful of thought
And a handful of hope.
out of the frying pan into the fire,
You've been in the bullet, moved us all here.
Soviet Zion, can these clouds bear silver lining? Soviet Zion, thanks both to Herzl and to Stalin.
It is so darn cold there. I'm freezing my ass off in this one-horse town.
Bela, I have not raised you to use that kind of language. Besides, I'm sure there's more than one horse.
There's two asses pulling that tractor.
Well, there you go.
Why they don't just use a plow?
Bela, please, we have come too far not to give this our best shot. So, chins up, kiddo. Best foot forward.
In these shoes?
Please, follow me. I will be taking you to your home.
Sonny, it took me to Hawaii.
What is that?
Oh, nothing.
The Lieberman household, Morel and Sophia are preparing the home for Passover by ridding it of any leavened crumbs.
Out with chametz, out with the chametz, wheat, rye, barley, oats, and spelt. Out with chametz, and the dirt can go too. Wheat, rye, barley, oats, and spelt.
My darling, isn't it exciting?
Our first Seder in our new home.
Passover's my favorite feast.
Then you'll enjoy tonight. Will you settle down, please? An ounce of decorum's worth something or other. I couldn't get any wine, so we'll just do without and improvise on a couple of things. It's not ideal, but it's the thought that counts. This night is
the entire diaspora. Amen. So we shall do as was done before us by generations that go back forever. We'll eat some boiled food and drink 4 cups of wine. To make a long story short, we'll be disrespectful, so we'll recount our ordeals once every year to remind us of just how it feels to be free.
Did you see that spoiled young thing? So well fed. She won't freeze in the winter.
And so tanned, you'd scarcely think she was Jewish.
Clearly from a planet much closer to the sun.
Come winter, they'll hoy.
They should last so long. Yenta told me she took one look at the girl and turned on a shekel, that's what she said. And red lipstick, it's patriotic. That David Zophia, he's quite the looker. Maybe I should have a word with Yenta. Put in a good word, make sure no one else gets there first.
Oh, Mother, stop it! Did you see him smiling at everybody? So certain we'd all find him so charming and irresistible.
If they are spies, God forbid, well then at least the party will know what to do with them.
Well, enough notion horror, women, thank you very much. Their name is Levin. What goy have you ever heard called Levin? A Jewish goy, that's who. How they look, so what does it matter how they look? Of course she's tan. They've just come from Malibu. They must have been the sugar to move here. Anyway, you had better be nice to her. It was hard for you to adjust. It will be even harder for her.
So we shall do as was done before us by generations and go back forever. We'll eat symbolic food and drink 4 cups of wine. To make a long story short, we'll be disrespectful, so we'll recount our ordeal once every year to remind us of just how it feels to be free.
11 household, far more spacious, and by comparison almost luxurious. David and Oscar are seated at the table, studying each book and silently mouthing words, occasionally consulting a thick dictionary. Baylor is going through the motions of eating 11 drums, using the hunt as a pretext for some jobs typical of the jazz era.
I'll do it, commence, it won't take me long. Not in such a pokey little wooden shack.
Bela, please. Your mother got the house, the cars, the yacht, and more than half of my money. Rather we live in a small house on an adventure than a cardboard box on the street. I'm trying my best here. Please, give me a break.
Okay. Papa, I'm sorry. This is my first Seder without her. I'm still trying to get used to it. In fact, there is a lot I need to get used to having to do. Not least of all, having to do the entire service in Russian.
You're telling me.
A secular Seder, if you ask me, rather misses the point.
Nevertheless, out with Hermes, the tango too. Wheat, rye, barley, oats, and spelt.
Good evening, comrade. Chag Sameach. We've come to document your first Passover in Azerbaijan. Please allow me to introduce our photographer and journalist from newspaper Pravda. And myself, of course.
Come in, we've been expecting you.
Yes, please do come in.
My son David and my daughter Bela.
Comrade Levy, you have a beautiful home.
Yes, and very large.
Just swear. And warm. You must be freezing. Please, make yourselves at home. Take your coats off. Hang them up over there by the fire.
Comrade Levy, how is it you speak Russian?
My parents emigrated from Minsk, and there were many Russians where I grew up.
Oh, and where is you grew up?
New York.
New York? Well, that's very far away now, isn't it?
Well, Miss Levin, don't let us interrupt you. You're preparing the meal. That is exactly the type of image that I'm trying to capture.
Comrade Levy, please accept these gifts. Yes. We brought you these from the State Resettlement Committee.
Would you look at the size of that fish? And look, crane, macaroons. Oh,
Look, wine, kosher wine,
and a portrait of Stalin.
Comrade, you do understand, do you, that your presence here in Azerbaijan is highly symbolic? Yeah? It is hoped in high places that your presence here and your experiences and your family's experiences will attract international attention to this autonomous region. soon to prosper through exploitation of local natural resources.
Oh, well, as a furrier, I'm glad to chip in with my know-how. I'm not expecting a free lunch.
Oh, I have no doubt of it. Oh, isn't it remarkable, eh? That all over the world, the millions of Jews are all celebrating all at the same time. But that only here, in autonomous region of Azerbaijan, can you celebrate free from oppression and in utter safety.
Shanghai, South Africa, Rhodesia, most of the US and Britain aside.
And on the other side of the world, in Siberia. I mean, really? He wants, we should be happy to be here.
Perhaps you all have glasses of like to take a picture of you all making toast.
Yes.
Over there, we can get the portrait in the shot as well. Yes.
A toast to the Soviet Zion, thanks both to Herzl, but mainly to Stalin.
Prost! Prost! Something wrong. Look to America. They're too decadent. Look how they dress. We need some locals. Come on, Levy. We have a small problem.
Do? What is it?
Nothing, a luxury issue, really, if you will. We have this bounty here, and all that your daughter prepared, but for only 3 people. In spirit of party-mindedness, I think only more appropriate, for sake of photograph, if we invite more people. Proportionate to amount of food.
Well, I suppose it is a mitzvah to have a guest for Passover.
Yes, and the shoot would acquire a much deeper political significance. If you were to share your celebration, your neighbors are the Liebermans. Their daughter, Sophia Lieberman, is the newsreader.
She is.
You haven't met them yet?
No, we haven't. No.
Well then, isn't this perfect time to do so? If you will excuse us, we will be right there. Joshua, your job is not to do talking.
They leave. The Levins, exchanging raised eyebrows, hurriedly set a number of extra places.
Already, this is the strangest Passover I've ever seen.
Papa, I don't even think they're Jewish.
The Liebermans?
No, those 2 men.
Remember to set an extra place.
For mother?
No, Bela, not for mother. For Elijah, the prophet Elijah. Bela, we are under extreme scrutiny here. Please watch what you say.
Yes, Papa, I'm sorry.
Right, that's enough. We've still a lot to prepare.
Sunday show comes from for generations
There's a knock on the door at the Liebermans, who have sat down to eat a comparatively meagre spread.
Oh, you broch! Is someone at the door? Who on earth do you think it is?
How do you want I should know? No, don't trouble yourself. Just stay sat right there.
I've only been slaving over hot stove eyes, and I've only cleaned every inch of the house, and I certainly haven't made hand puppets for each of the plates. Such a meal. I make something from nothing, Sophia, and you see the thanks I get.
Enough already, so I'm going. Looks like an official visit, Morel. There are 2 men in uniform.
We'll go and see what they want.
Good evening, comrade.
Yes?
We need you to follow us.
But we're right in the
Now, comrade.
As you wish. Morel, Sophia, put on your hats and coats.
Papa?
Now, please, there are men waiting to take us.
Who? And to where?
I don't know, officials, but the sooner you stop asking questions, the sooner we'll find out.
Well, are we in trouble?
For what?
Well, they only interrupt us tonight.
You know-
I'm just saying tonight.
Morel, you could have said tonight. Why is this night different from all other nights?
So funny, Isa. You should have been a genius coming here.
Anyway, we'll have the rest of the meal to look forward to later.
Sophia, put on your hat. And then you put the lid on the pot.
I did it already.
You did it properly with the lid.
With the lid, I closed it already.
I didn't tell you to do it. Isa, go and do it properly. Put the lid on the pot. And put the... Oh!
Morel!
Do you want to come home to cold food?
The door is this way. Would you stop panicking, woman? Whatever it is that you think we've done is not as bad as whatever it is that they think.
What could they want? You hear such terrible stories.
I don't know. But are we ready? Let's go.
Very well. Please follow me. Won't it be nice to meet your foreign neighbors with so much in common? I'm sure you'll be good friends. I'm sure you'll agree that there's no better time to help them to adapt to make this place feel like home.
Hello, what a pleasure to meet you. Shalom. Welcome to our home. It's a humble abode, but it serves us quite well. We've been here since a week ago.
So we shall do as was done before us for generations ago, back forever. We eat symbolic food and drink 4 cups of wine to make a long story short. Would it be disrespectful so we meet for volunteer once every year to remind us of just how it feels to be free?
Sophia, I listen to your every newscast. You helped me improve my Russian.
Good point.
You have such a beautiful voice, but with such a face. What a waste.
A waste?
Oh, I mean, to be on the radio and not on the silver screen.
A silver screen? Oh, he means in the movies. Pay no attention. He's just starstruck. Then I'm hardly a star. I just read the news and do as I'm told. If asked, I'm sure any Soviet patriot would do the same.
Thank you, Mr. Levin, for inviting us to such a fantastic feast.
You're very welcome, and please call me Oscar.
We open the door for Elijah, the herald of the Messiah, who points towards a period of perfect freedom and peace. We open the door for Elijah. So they shall do as was done before us by generations ago.
Mr. Levy, Comrade Levin, I have all the shots that I need.
Okay.
I can leave you alone to enjoy the rest of your evening. It has been a pleasure. I will make sure to write the most favorable report.
Report? What kind of a report?
That's very commonplace, nothing to worry about. We all give reports to our superiors. Thank you, Comrade.
Oh, I see. I'll be sure to remember that. Mind how you go now.
Perhaps we should also be going, Mr. Levin.
It's been a pleasure, and please call me Oscar.
We don't normally drink 5 delicious glasses of delicious wine every night of the week, you know.
Good looking, David. How embarrassing. I mean, good. Not
Case in point.
David.
Thank you again, Oscar. It's very generous of you to share all these delicacies with us.
Oh, you're most welcome. Zygazin.
Goodbye.
Outside the Levin's house, a number of young men and women are engaged in building cardboard effigies, representing Bronagh economic output and mineral wealth for a forthcoming political pageant. The photographer is also present, documenting the sunny day, paying particular attention to Bela.
Will you pass me that red paper there? Because I've got glue all over my hands.
Here, catch. What is that supposed to be? I mean, what are you making?
It's a portrait.
Of?
Lenin.
It looks more like Lincoln.
Well, I hardly think that's appropriate.
Let me give you a hand.
Anyway, David, what's yours supposed to be?
A fur. What else? Dad's idea? The industry here is underdeveloped, he thinks. With modern technologies, he says, it could produce 5 times more.
The Soviet technology, David, is second to none.
If so,
Please, tell me, Sophia, what do you use to make glue?
Oil bombs, chopped liver.
Have you smelled the glue, David? Have a sniff of the glue, David. Why don't you sniff the glue?
No
David?
thanks!
Excuse me. Is this the Levin address?
Yes, that's right.
I have delivery here that need to be signed for.
Right, I'll just fetch my father.
I doubt your father's name is Bela. Comrade.
How silly of me. I'll just fetch her for you.
Bela! Ouch, my ears are burning. Did somebody whisper my name? Is that a package? For me? Why, yes, young niece. Indeed it is. It is.
Yes.
Sign here, please. Yes, ma'am.
I may not be hit by a truck, especially not a big one.
Girls, please give me a hand. Mine is still covered in glue. It's fine, we'll be here. Yes, it's arrived. My beautiful coats, how have they survived? We're swimming in mink in the Malibu sun. I'm schwitzing, but boy, was I shake. Her tongue used to work, but to be fair, I liked the attention, so I didn't care. But here in the winter, we'll be swimming in snow, so there's necessity I should know. I wish I had the foresight, or rather the room, to bring with me the weapon, not leave the balloon.
I know you're a dodge, yes, you can't have enough. Less here is more, though.
Please pass me my muff.
I know that it's cold, Bela, don't get me wrong. Just try to remember we're in a town full of peasants.
David, you're right, I will put up a fight. But if you could please pass my monkey fur hat.
With pleasure, but you know, it makes you look fat.
David, you pots, tell me why am I here? I support you and Dad, and you're right, do that fat. I didn't protest when you wanted to move. There's no need to mock me. You think I look fat? This new land affords me no luxury life. Please don't deny me my small simple pleasures. These trappings are just little perks if you work. And besides all this whirlwind, my tongue thinks it's cruel. My sapstick physique, but in future looks bleak.
Don't get me wrong, you are perfectly slim. It's just that I really want us to fit in. These people are simple, the way that they think does not fit so well with your collection of mink. The astrakhan maybe, though not the baboon.
Please won't you stop with this hullabaloo?
Papa, he's pleasing me.
It's true the depression hasn't aided our wealth. It's been hard, but thank God we still have food on the table. We both know that we are not millionaires. There's simply no room here for airs and for graces. Our luxury problems are somewhat misplaced. Much bigger things are at stake in this place. We're not here as martyrs to die for a cause. We pioneer Soviet Zion, of course.
You pioneer Soviet Zion, of course. You advocate what seems to me a lost cause.
We're thousands of miles from what we knew, but we're in this together. It's just me and you.
This is what I wanted, I know I agreed. It just doesn't satisfy all of my needs.
Time will prevail, and I know you'll adapt. Pass me the scissors. I'll help you unwrap.
No, that's okay, Daddy. Just take these indoors for me. We need to finish getting ready for the pageant tomorrow.
Oh, but I remember you were in a pageant once.
No, it means something quite different here, Daddy.
Oh, you know, Bela, I'm very proud of you. You too, David.
Bela, was it Marx or Lenin who said, communism will mean
From everybody according to his capacity to everybody according to his needs. And that was Marx, by the way, not Lenin.
Well, I need glamour. Without it, I would just die.
Proof indeed then that you are a model Soviet citizen.
Benjamin, your dinner is ready.
I'd better go. She's made crepe patch. I need to make one of those.
Belechka, I see you have a real passion for fur.
There was a time when I would live for glamour.
You know, there's a beast who roams around here. With the most plush, beautiful, astonishing, luxurious. No. I'm sure it's nothing you'd be interested in. Forget I even mentioned it.
No, what is it? What were you gonna say?
Well, in the forest not far from here, there's a kind of wild bull. Well, it's not really a bull, it's more of a lion, crossed with a jaguar. With the most exquisite pelt. Thick, rich, luxurious. It's very, very rare everywhere else, but you're in luck, Bela. They abound here. It would make the most glorious coat you ever did see.
What's it called?
I'd be surprised if you ever heard of it. Like I said, it's a very rare, very, very rare kind of bull.
Try me.
It's called Gali.
A golly ball.
Yes.
You're right. I've never heard of a golly ball. You'd think I would. My father's a furry. I know all about all kinds of animals. You say there's one not too far from here?
No, not very far at all.
What's the matter with those two? Well, it seems we're all finished here. You think we can go and find one?
Most certainly, interpret hunters. Your Siberian safari awaits.
How do we catch it?
Really easy. It's imitate its call.
It's call?
Yes, it has a very particular call. It's a very particular sound. It goes like this in 2 parts. See if you can do it.
Okay.
Okay. First part goes like Haima!
Aima!
Second part, Foo!
Like egg foo young?
What are you now, a Chinaman?
Don't know what egg for young is, but I guess that's right. So, see if you can do it both parts. Nice and loud, Belechka.
Okay.
I'm a fool! I'm a fool! Yes, that's very right. Shall we see if we can find one? See you two later.
I'm a fool!
Yes, you are.
I'm a fool!
Well, in light of such a warm day and such fine company, I could think of many more important things to do than political pageantry.
Really? Given the current state of the world, what could really be more important? And the honoured guests arrive tomorrow. It's not the promised land, so we'll make it paradise. Stalin has outdone himself, and we have one first for eyes. We'll raise the bar and raise a glass, and toast to a dream come true.
I'm sorry, Sophia. I didn't mean to offend you. I see you're very passionate.
Every time I read the news on air, David, I understand more and more of what's happening in the world. We live in times of great importance. I'm not painting a pretty picture. Ours is a great nation in the throes of a fundamental change. A revolutionary, well, a revolution. And we are all a part of that, especially here in Bronagh. Russia will change the way the entire world will think, and you and I, we're living examples of that in action.
Okay.
David, I don't understand what you keep saying. What's okay? What does it mean?
It means I accept you, I understand you. It means yes, good, I approve. So, what do you think?
I think you're okay. It's getting dark. What time is it? I wish I had a watch like that. I wish I had a watch at all. I wish this kiss would never end. I have to go. My mother worries. I'm sure Oscar too. Let's keep this secret between me and you.
Okay.
Okay.
The painted cardboard effigies now grace the town hall, bedecked in red flags. We catch the very tail end of an official speech welcoming a foreign delegation to Bronagh.
Yet to conclude, comrades and fellow citizens, please give warm round of applause to our honored guest, delegate of World Peace Alliance.
The world as it was once understood exists no longer. The Spanish Republic has been crushed. The Third Reich moves from strength to strength, and in Jerusalem a jihad has been declared upon the Jews. Hundreds have been killed by local Arabs, supplied with arms by the agents of Mussolini and Hitler. Whilst the British Mandate authorities in Palestine steadfastly refuse entry to Jewish refugees fleeing the persecution in Europe. The rumors you may have heard from your relatives to the west of here are far from exaggerated and most likely true. So the good news is that more than ever, Bronagh is the real beacon of hope for the Jewish people.
Read between the lines, the writings on the wall, a wild pack of wolves has been released. As if from command, more hate was unleashed, unrestricted it flows, it travels east.
Our safety net may well be a trap we walk straight into.
Conspiracies fit our predicament, Suddenly they cast a shadow across and through national and it's true. I shiver, and it's true. I
One might have thought that the official policy of socialist internationalism would compel the Soviet Union to help the Jews of Palestine.
Busy deluding themselves. Their petty bourgeois nationalism must be firmly rejected.
Is that really so, Sophia? We all have friends who went to Palestine. What's keeping us here in this godforsaken place is far less compelling than the Zionist dream.
My mother often says that more important than a dream is to work hard. At times, I have found it very hard to agree with her, but in this instance, I dare say, David, I do agree. Here, we are creating a new world based on scientific, agricultural, and social principles that will revolutionize the very idea of what it means
Not
to be
in the least a bit like a kibbutz.
The Israel of prayer, David, is not a real place. It is a dream. A 5,600-year-old game of Chinese whispers. This place where we are right now is very much a reality. Our reality. My reality. My home.
I want to match an American Jew back like you and a Soviet superhero like Sophia. She couldn't boil an egg without quoting Lenin.
At least I'm dating a Jew, Bela, which is more than can be said for you. It must have been hard to pick between him and a ham sandwich.
It's 1939, David. Get with the times and look around. Slim pickings.
Port scratches, you mean? Your handsome prince has missing 2 teeth and has more hair on his back than on his head.
Never.
Pisha.
So's the great Nukadegan dog forbid!
Shazam Benny, you filthy hazard!
May you be transformed into a chandelier. Hang by day and to burn by night.
Kiss Min Tookus.
Knock it off, you two people staring.
Mother, I think I may have made a ghastly mistake in falling for David. He is so frivolous and decadent. Loyal, he says he is, but he has this obsession with Zionism. What did I do to deserve such a dangerous boy?
Sophia, it's only a matter of time before he sees that the Soviet Union is the best place on earth. And certainly the safest, so I wouldn't worry.
Kaiser Lieberman, you're being arrested on charges of cosmopolitanism.
What madness is this? It was reported that you were erecting signposts bearing names of foreign cities, vandalizing a public space, and displaying brazen ideological deviation. A flagrant and treacherous display with no regard for consequences. Yes, madam, we most certainly can. I advise you to stand back.
But it was me, so comrades, it was my idea. I had to do it. It was my decision, so it wasn't me. Oh, please let it go. You must let it go. Let it go.
Mrs. Lieberman, it was indeed reported that you were indeed aiding and abetting him, but he was the one who undertook the deed, therefore he shall be punished, and you should consider yourself lucky.
Where are you taking him?
He'll be taken to compound west of here where he will await decision by military tribunal. I encourage you, both of you, to display the militant discipline that these dangerous times require of us all. Especially you, Sophia. Good day, Comrade Lieberman.
Now it begins, it never ceased. A world like the wolves has been released. As if on command, our hate was unleashed. Unrestricted and foes who travels east. Along the railways,
Along the rivers, while poison prevails, its torches and fears. Senseless and cruel, which of course goes without saying, but its effect on our lives cannot be understated.
safety net may well be a trap we walk straight into. Conspiracies fit our predicament. Suddenly they cast a shadow across and through.
On a flimsy pretext is clearly meant as an abject lesson to toe the party line. A lesson not lost on the present, who disperse, carefully avoiding coming close to Sophia and Morel. At home with the Levins, in their workroom.
I can't concentrate. It's just awful about Isaac. No. In fact, I can't concentrate because it is just awful here, period. Why did you drag us to this awful country? Well, it's hardly a Jewish nation that God's forsaken it, so really, what is the point?
Oh, he's not even told you about the visitors coming tomorrow.
Again, with a parade.
They were never passed you by, but we live a damn sight better than most people in Rotterdam.
So you want to put on another show? Play Happy Family Siberian Special, the 100th episode!
And we're performing monkeys, and you were so ashamed of Mother for doing the very same thing.
How dare you speak of your mother like that? If your sister weren't here, I would give you a slap. I'm not entertaining negotiations. Don't test me, you hear, and no exceptions. David, I love you and want what's best for you. I hope you understand that, son.
Yes, Father.
And do not speak to me about your mother again.
Yes, Father.
Meanwhile, in the Lieberman household.
Stood waist high in the sea as the waves crash around me. Anchored firmly to the ground. Wash my hands of this grave situation. I've weathered many storms. The springtide shall not defeat me. You know, Sophia, the more I think about it, the more I'm sure that this is just a terrible mistake that is bound to be swiftly rectified just as soon as they understand our innocent intention. I mean, it would be a slap in the face to be betrayed by the man who asked me to replace the Almighty with a mortal who claims he's infallible. How soon the cracks begin to show. Rather, we must focus all of our faith in your Father's safe return. Don't give me that look, Sophia. He is taken from me, my husband, and he won't even allow me to pray for his return. I am sorry if your dear leader isn't so dear to me today. Oh, Isaac, what are we going to do without you?
What if he's not coming back? How do we make peace with it? He's in my thoughts wherever he is, and I am still his daughter, and he is still my father. But Mother, what if Father has betrayed us?
You've no cause to doubt your father. How could that cross your mind?
Oscar can no longer shelter his children from the political situation the Jews of Europe are having to face. Combined with the tensions rising in Borobijan, Bela decides to confide in her father.
Father, I need to talk to you.
Sure thing, kiddo. What's up?
Father, the end of the world
turning, since I'm justified now in presuming the word. No more can I anticipate the best of things to come. This is not the life I want. Why make ourselves unhappy? A better life awaits, far away from here. This mockery has almost suffocated me. I need a breath of air, Papa, just a tiny bit. Even though St. George admits Mirabijan was a failed idea, Judeo-socialist utopia was a lovely idea. Sat by the veranda, a rotating beach view. There is no another choice. There wasn't when we first came. Wake-a-volt. When you believed you had found a better life, I held your hand and I followed you here. I gave up my life and I followed you here. Admit you were wrong, I don't think you're a fool. I put all of my trust into you and your dreams. Your noble ideals which did not come to pass. They all failed, now I can speak at last. When did I wake up from the American dream? I miss not being party to Finlay. Oh, Papa, I miss home. We're going to go. I made up my mind. We could go tomorrow. Look how bitter we've become, and how bitter the world can be. At least there's hope in Israel.
Whose very name means to struggle with God.
Aside from home, what choice have we got?
If that were the case, we'd have no time to waste.
We'll make new arrangements, and with God's grace,
Our Zionist dreams will actualize.
we'll see it blossom right before our eyes.
Reluctant, of course, to admit our defeat, but the time now has come to make our retreat.
David, go tell Sophia we're leaving.
What if I ask her to come with us?
What's the matter with you? Become a shipper? No, she'll squirt the authorities and result in prison just like her father.
David, you can't tell anyone about this, not anyone.
And you just drop your beloved, just like that, huh? Just like a ton of bricks.
Mind your own business.
I've got so much on my mind. No answer's easy to find. Am I in control of my fate, or is my family? I've got so much on my mind. No answer's easy to find. Taking control of my fate and my destiny. Looking through the window, I can see across the tundra, painted in grey hues, it stretches for eternity. My imagination and a strong sense of adventure urge me from my situation to a new life far away. I've got so much on my mind. No answer's easy to find. Taking control of my fate and my destiny.
At the Liebermans. Morel is tending a dying flame and Sophia is preparing food.
Sophia, I've had an idea. Let's ask Oscar to intercede on behalf of your father. I mean, Mr. Levin is a very important person, being the international face of Bronagh. He's bound to have some influence. If we could ask him to raise the issue, the party is bound to pay attention.
A bit of an imposition, don't you think? To involve him in our personal affairs.
This is your father's very freedom at stake. We must do everything we can. This is a good idea. Just you wait and see. We're going to get him out.
They leave the house to visit the Levins.
Excuse me, Comrade Levin. Oscar, I mean, hello.
Hello.
Sophia and I were wondering if we could ask of you a favor.
Of course.
I'm sorry to surprise you. Would you mind if we sit down?
Not at all. Please do come in.
Now that I'm alone, make me strong. Make it so I won't be afraid. Though I'm not sure how that can be achieved.
Daddy,
Wouldn't all ye think they that interfering a political suspect would harm our chances of evenly the untrue king?
Pardon?
Daddy, interfering on behalf of the political party would not have a chance of getting out of here, would it?
Well, I'll get us a good lawyer.
Lenin had them all shot.
Wasn't that Stalin?
No, he took care of the doctors.
The doctors and the lawyers? Oh, it'll be the rabbi next.
Too late. What is it Pops always used to say? It is hard to be a Jew. Oscar, I beg you. You know that I am a proud woman. I wouldn't ask for your help unless I really, really did need to call upon you.
How could I ever deny you, Morella? I'm not making any promises, but I'll see if I can speak to a few people at the meeting tomorrow.
Remind me to tell you that you're really a mensch.
The town has been reconfigured as a ballroom. Vases of flowers, rows of glasses, and trays of finger food are laid out. Benjamin is fussing around with cables and a microphone. Everybody is looking forward to the eating, drinking, and dancing that will take place after the official speeches. Sophia arrives, checking that everything is ready for the live radio coverage. The farewell ceremony is about to begin.
good evening, comrades, and welcome to the first ever public event that Bronagh Radio will be broadcasting to you live.
Stop the broadcast. Officer, I have here an urgent message that requires your immediate attention.
Your attention, please. A foreign missive has just arrived stating that Comrade Molotov, Foreign Secretary of USSR, has just returned from Berlin. German Chancellor and Comrade Molotov have just signed a formal non-aggression pact that at a stroke neutralizes the West's fiendish plot to foster artificial conflict between our two countries. German working class, Russian working class, no longer enemies, standing shoulder to shoulder.
The world has turned upside down. He'll have to be mad, does he not know who they are?
You think the clever man would have a modicum of sense?
It's not in our nature to turn the other cheek.
But either is it to pick a fight. Not that I don't want peace, it just takes some getting used to distinguishing a friend from a foe.
This changes everything, it's tears me to the bone. How will we know who our friends are? So, yes, iron can these clouds Starling can be fickle, less than the hammer and the saber.
Of course, this means that the party will have no time to even consider our petition for Daddy's release.
Oh, Mother, I hadn't even thought of that. Daddy, do you remember our plans to leave? Well, as it seems that ship has sailed without us on it.
Now, I'm trying to think, babe.
Sophia, please resume broadcast. Here is your new script.
Good evening, comrades. Here is Sophia Lieberman reporting live from Bronagh Municipal Hall at a spontaneous, popular celebration of the diplomatic masterstroke of Comrade Molotov. I am to invite our guest speaker to nominate someone from the audience to make the first toast. Her. Me? Yes, you. Listeners, Comrade Morel Lieberman has been invited to make the first toast.
No! Make them choose someone else. They want that I should commend this. It's a terrible thing he's done.
Mother, we are live on air. You don't have a choice. You can't cross these men or we'll never get father out of prison. Is that what you want?
Let's raise a glass as we raise the toast. Let's toast to a dream come true. Stalin, what have you done? It's insincere that I should praise your poor decision. It was you who led us to this place and made it so we'd no escape. Why on earth do we deserve this? A string of beastly acts of pointless cruelty to the point of no return. You're testing me beyond my breaking point. Have you finished yet humiliating me? And there's no denying that you've gone and done it now. My trust in you is wearing thin, past the point of no return. Unraveling this mortal coil, why must you destroy the very love we share? Why must you torture me from within myself, turning my whole world upside down? And though faith is gone, life must go on. I'll campaign for his release until I drop, distracting myself from the hurt, the betrayal. You gave me faith, but now you snatch it all away, and I have nothing more to say. You're dead to me as of today.
In the town square, Joshua and Bela sit underneath the statue of the menorah.
Bela, I have news to tell you. Please sit down.
What do you have to tell me? Please calm down.
It breaks my heart to tell you, but I've something to confess. I've been telling lies to you since days after we met. I've been sent to spy on you, to verify your loyalty. I can't apologize enough for this duplicity.
And now you want I should forgive you? I don't even know what to say to you right now.
I know I can't expect you to forgive me, Bella, but you must understand I was given no choice. I have written the most favorable report, overlooking a lot that get you and your family into deep trouble. I reported you all as sincerely committed to the Soviet cause, even though I know this not to be true. So you, and your father, and even your brother with all this brazen talk of Zion should be saved. But Bella, I have no choice.
Forgive
Bela,
You goddamn son of a bitch!
please let me...
One misfortune is too few for you. I wish you the most horrible death. Why bother getting up alive? Get out of my sight. I never ever want to see you again. Do you hear me? Go! I hate you! I hate you! I'll sing away my sorrows, cast them all away, not save them for tomorrow, which is another day. What crazy country is this?
Bela, is David still not talking to me?
You Russians, especially you and your crazy politics.
You and your brother are American. You're like two sweet kittens with no understanding, really, of how things actually are here in the USSR.
Kittens, schmittens. If that really is the case, that we and you have such an in-depth understanding, then please tell me. Why is it your father's been put into prison for no real reason? And why is it that every hour a train leaves Bronagh carrying raw materials from Siberia straight to Nazi Germany?
I'd cast aside my sadness, banish it away, but fighting it sustains me to live another
People start to fill the square, exchanging excited whispers. The pole-mounted loudspeakers crackle into life, announcing an important message from the leadership of the Soviet state.
Citizens of the Soviet Union, today at 4 o'clock in the morning, without a declaration of war, German forces launched a surprise attack on the USSR, violating our frontiers and bombing our western cities. An act of treachery unprecedented in the history of civilized nations. The entire nation will wage a victorious and patriotic war for our beloved country, for honor, for liberty. Our cause is just. The enemy will be beaten. Victory will be ours. Be assured that a Soviet counterattack will crush the Nazi invader and destroy fascism.
Comrades, you have heard stirring words of Comrade Molotov. Birobidzhan will stand up and be counted. All able-bodied males of military age are to present themselves at once to military district. Who amongst you will be first to demonstrate bravery and devotion to this exemplary nation?
I will. How convenient for you, Bela. Don't pinch me.
I will. I'll fight too.
Benjamin.
And how? Let's give those Nazis what for.
Patience, comrades, we've been issued specific instruction. We border China, where huge Japanese army is currently stationed. And Japan is, of course, Nazi Germany's Asian ally. Therefore, precautionary measures must be taken to repel any possible Japanese attacks.
Sharpened stake can be planted in beetroot fields to skewer descending Japanese paratroopers.
What a stupid idea. Big anti-tank ditches? That'll stop those running Japs right in their tracks. Comrade, come. My Isa Lieberman, Sophia's father, was well arrested on a somewhat spurious charge, a minor infraction, really. If you could petition for his release.
Oh, yes. Well, then, perhaps you could take part in repelling Nazi invasion.
And this way, he could be released.
Mrs. Lieberman, it's not my decision to make. However, I will make some inquiries. It is reasonable and patriotic argument for his release. Do to appreciate how very, very difficult it must be for you. All alone.
You have no idea. Every breath, every heartbeat proclaims his name. My thoughts are billowed along westerly gusts of wind on every westbound train. Sealed each day by the shadow cast by the sun as it sets. Oh no, because along the mighty trees, among the trees, by which we are regretfully separated. Where are you, eyes that promise me that you'll be coming home soon? Where are you, eyes, are you praying it would be forever? I can't tell you how grateful I am.
So now the world really is at war.
At least it's clear now who the bad guys are.
The lines have been drawn. It's not such a good time to be American kids, so watch your backs.
Bearing in mind who we're fighting, I suppose I'm happy you're going to war.
Don't speak too soon.
David, are you really going to join the Red Army?
I think what we're fighting for, it's the only right thing to do. Don't tell Benjamin, but Sophia Lieberman, when I return, I'm gonna marry you.
We have stood for the wanted and your nation. We're more far from the never demonstrate the wrath of the righteous.
Fighting alongside our Russian brothers,
Some cause nation
for a common cause advancing
what we all believe in.
Soviet Zion can be scars starting can be fickle as can the harbor and the sickle.
Liegst du mich froh von deinen Spritzen, gefickst mit Toten liegt mein Schatz, wo Tränen rinnen, Seelen fließen, dorten ist mein Ruheplatz, dorten ist mein Ruheplatz.
Mirelle, Oscar, and some other parents are watching as the young local women, Sophia and Baylor among them, are being trained in close combat techniques. Sophia flinches when the instructor demonstrates how to slam the sharp edge of an entrenching tool into the throat of a dummy. At the sight, Sophia instinctively covers her own throat with her hands.
Carry on.
Yes,
comrade. These are dangerous times, Miss Lieberman. They call for desperate measures. You never know when these skills I'm teaching you will come in handy. On the battlefield, It is a matter of kill or be killed. But there is another way. It consists of slapping the base of the nose, sending pieces of broken bone straight into the brain. Are you quite all right, young lady?
Yes, quite fine. Please carry on. I'll be okay.
Okay?
I'm sorry, madam. I mean, I'll be fine.
The instructor continues demonstrating.
Dear Sophia, as I write this to you, the sounds of war peal through the air, and though I see an end inside, nobody serenades me with their voices raising gratitude. We are fighting for the common good. I am fighting for Russian survival. These enemies we best need to be vanquished, brought to justice. Each day we advance, we'll soon be fighting at the front. I need to do some good for all the hurt I may have caused you. Just by fighting for you that I have no intentions. I'll try to write again soon when I get a moment's peace. Please keep me in your prayers. Pray for this war to cease.
An official comes to distribute assignments. He says each girl's name in turn, followed by her new role in the war effort, until all the assembled young women have assignments. All the local girls are accounted for.
Hilda Zaslavsky, Sniper School. Lara Shapiro, Norse.
No, you do it.
Sophia, you know I'm shy.
Excuse me, officer. Our names are Sophia Lieberman and Beta Levin.
I know who you both are.
We were wondering, please, what are our assignments?
As a voice beloved by the masses, Sophia Lieberman is exempt from military service, required instead to continue her loyal service as radio newscaster. Bela Levin is to continue working for Father's Concern, which will be supplying Red Army. I did not want to say so in front of others. People are jealous enough of you as is, Comrade Levin.
Papa! Morel! Guess who's staying right here!
My hard work in tatters. What a waste of youth and beauty. And Benjamin, my unmarried son, off to war. What a waste. What a waste.
Oh, don't worry, Enda. He'll be back before you know it. It will be character building. Besides, the Red Army is invincible. Officer, I hate to disturb you because I know you must be busy, but I was wondering if you had any news yet about my Isa. Isa Lieberman? Sophia's father, Isa Lieberman's release.
Yes, Mrs. Lieberman. It seems the release order has been misplaced due to upheavals of recent times. But there's a chance that political prisoners might be released anyhow to help with war efforts. Your suggestion was very well received.
Thank you, officer. Sophia, I think I may have just sent your father to war.
Good evening, comrades, on the evening of Monday, the 1st of December, 1941. My name is Sophia Lieberman, and here are the latest reports. The Nazi armies have been stopped at the gates of Moscow. Ill-equipped for the Russian winter, lacking the advanced Red Army uniforms and our fierce determination to fight to the death, the Nazis have been pinned down at the gates of Moscow after suffering grievous losses.
Comrade, please, deliver this letter to my wife, Mirelle Lieberman. She lives in Birobidjan, next door to those Americans everyone's always talking about. Or to my daughter, Sophia, at the radio station, please. Comrade, please.
Another one?
Please.
Shema mi Adonai. Now that I'm alone, make me that can be achieved.
Good evening, comrades. An urgent dispatch has just been received, announcing that the Japanese have launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor.
Oscar is busy in the workshop, supervising the production of military fur parkas and caps. The women workers surreptitiously pass from hand to hand an illustrated magazine, whose cover is graced by a uniformed Hollywood pin-up, and whisper excitedly amongst themselves while casting sidelong glances at Oscar, who feigns indifference. Mirelle shows up with a glint in her eye, waving another copy of the same magazine.
Oscar! Oh, Mr. Levin, may I speak with you for a moment? Oscar, you dark horse! Look what I found in this magazine. In the latest Hollywood Scuba de Gala fundraising event to support the fledgling Jewish autonomous region in the far east of Russia, this starlet admits to having a son and a daughter who left America for Belarus and are actively engaged in the Soviet war effort.
I don't know what you're talking about, but what has this to do with me?
I didn't know that you Americans are even more secretive than us Russians. The lady in this magazine, is it your wife?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Daddy! Oh! Hello, Morel. Daddy, you'll never guess who I've just seen in a magazine. One guess. Okay. It's Mother!
Well, I guess that answers your question, Morel.
David never told a thing to Sophia. Oh, to be married to a Hollywood star. And to end up here, of all places. You must tell me everything.
I'm sorry if I don't speak too highly of your Hollywood star. My wife has always been rather a sore subject to me.
Mother was always a very glamorous woman.
No, Bela, Mother was not always a very glamorous woman. I've worked hard to bring you and your brother up the way you are used to, but that is not what your mother and I were accustomed to when we were kids. I've never had much call to tell you about my childhood, and I don't suppose your beloved mother would have told you much about hers.
She has secrets?
No, not necessarily secrets. I would just say that she has an alternate version of events.
What do you mean?
Did she ever tell you what her father did for a living?
Yes. Grandpa worked in jewelry.
No, Bela, that's not strictly true.
What do you mean?
He was a thief.
Perhaps I should be going.
Daddy, don't tease me. This isn't very respectful.
He was a lying, cheating dreck of a man, and by God, was she a daddy's girl. Oh, yeah. You know what she did? She ran away to Hollywood. Was that good repayment to me? I did all I could to protect her, and she just ran away pursuing some ludicrous dream.
Oh, is that so?
Did I betray my husband? Did I betray my kids when I have not 1 ounce of talent? Not one. I've never set foot on a stage in my life either. I can't dance. I can't sing. I most certainly cannot act. But a pretty face, that I have. So we'll sort something out. Screw the husband. Screw the kids. Hollywood, here I come.
Schlock and more schlock.
What did you just say?
Daddy, it can't be true.
Was it me that left you alone as a child? Is this how she repays our love? Is this how she repays me and you and your brother? Oh, what kind of lies has she spun you? Come on, tell me that. Actually, no, don't tell me. I do not want to hear those lies. But I just hope in the clear light of day, you know how ridiculous they must now all sound. See, Morel, how dirty this laundry is. Now you know why I didn't want to talk about it.
What is it about Hollywood anyway?
Oh, it is a magical place. Have you never seen a movie?
No.
A movie, like a talking picture.
Like in the cinema?
Yeah.
No. No. She means that I've seen a talking picture. Before I came here, Barry, I'd scarcely leave the village, and that certainly didn't have a picture house.
So what did you do for fun?
But we didn't have fun either. I had an uncle who had a friend once, saw a picture house movie thing. He said he saw an airship hit the eye in the moon, and it frightened the life out of him, and on the spot he dropped down dead in his ship. That's what he said, so I said to myself, that's a movie, wasn't anything for me.
What is it? Is it something that I said?
Oh, you're so funny! So, you've no idea who Carmen Miranda is?
What are you doing?
Or Charlie Chaplin, or Mae West.
What are you pulling that face for?
And you've never even seen a musical?
No, what is it?
Oh, it is the happiest thing you ever saw. With thousands of chorus girls, beautiful costumes, and tap dancing.
Can't even imagine what that is.
But Bill, why don't you show Morel some soft shoe?
Okay, but, you know, I'm a little rusty. I don't know.
The world must have changed.
How little, really?
It can't have been easy for you, Ayla, moving here. Have you ever thought about returning to America?
I've been here for years. How American do you think I still am?
No, that's not what I meant.
I don't think it's too safe to be a Russian in America. And nowhere is it too safe to be a Jew.
Well, I think I'd best be going. I promise, Oscar. My lips are sealed.
Ayla, I've thought about it over and over, and I can't think what I ever did to deserve that from my mother.
Daddy, I'm sure you didn't deserve it.
I hope nothing I said upset you, darling. Her betrayal is far worse than my honesty.
I know she's not coming back. I've made my peace with it. She's in my thoughts wherever she is. Maybe I'm still her daughter, but she's not been my mother.
To have a party. So that's it for the day. I'll see you tomorrow. Go out and enjoy yourselves. Don't deserve it. Go on, girls.
Okay, thank you.
May the enter and the workers each grab a red flag and file out, waving it and chanting patriotic slogans.
right hand would embrace me. I thought I had forgotten all about this feeling. Oscar, I am sorry, but it doesn't feel right to me. I'll pledge to Isa in the eyes of God. I have pledged my life to be with him, suffering every trial and tribulation, whatever stands in my way.
I wrote and I wrote and I wrote until my pen and my fingers broke. Oh, how I wrote and how I waited, and I'm still waiting to hear from you. Still I should have said goodbye. True regret for you and I. Oh, and how I waited, and I'm still waiting to hear from you.
I've lost all my faith and given up hope.
I dedicate myself to God. In Him I find
I
peace.
don't understand. I'm sorry. This cannot be.
Well, I totally understand. I apologize. It was inappropriate of me.
Spectacular victory at Stalingrad. The Red Army advances through the Ukraine, through Poland, advances through Hungary. The Western Allies land in Normandy. Paris is liberated. The end of the war is in sight. The Red Army barges into Prussia, besieges Berlin. Death of Hitler, total victory. The war is over. Mothers and fathers, your boys are returning home. Not just as men, but as heroes.
People begin to gather at the train station, anticipating the arrival of a train transporting the returning soldiers to Birobidzhan.
The next train to arrive at platform 2 is the 1809 Trans-Siberian service, calling at Khabarovsk, Usarisk, and Vladivostok, where this train will terminate.
Mother, do I look pretty? Do you think David will be happy to see me?
Beautiful. Believe me, the fact that you're alive and still have your own teeth is more than enough. It will have been a while since he's seen a pretty girl, and I'm sure he's going to march you straight to bed.
Mother!
Oh, but you look so thin, Sophie. I keep telling you, you must eat, and you've got some schmutz on your cheek.
Enough already! You don't think I'm nervous enough? Please, stop agitating me.
What is it? Can't I even say boo to my own goose?
Smoke and noise fill the railway station. Each returning soldier alights the train. There are still a large number of people left anxiously waiting, as in a blaze of smoke the train departs, including a forlorn Yenta, waiting in vain for her Benjamin. Appearing through the smoke is David, heavily decorated in an officer's uniform.
Sophia Lieberman, you and I are to be married.
So let it be decreed, our wedding shall proceed.
Smash the glass and display the red. Mazel tov, mazel tov.
Now we'll be joined together as wife. Joy to have a wife like you. You're all that I can want, a perfect wife and mother.
Nothing but yet to be seen.
sake. The beggars believe that you're still complaining.
Papa, really, I have every right. Though I'll agree that this is not the time, and certainly is not the place. We gathered here today to look on the bright side. Behold my happy face.
Now's not the time to talk of tragedy. We've every cause today to celebrate. I'm so in love, my wife's Sophia, so wipe that brown from your face.
Oh, Madia, I know he'd be so proud. You're a more like him than you'll ever know. Now you've a new man in your life to provide for, and still you'll be right with him too.
So make some babies at home all alone. I'll lie together till the day is done. We're both truly blessed to have found each other. I'm so happy I could cry.
Isa in his cell. He has fashioned a crude dreidel from a piece of wood.
What have you got in your heads? What's that rag on your head?
It's not a rag, it's a yarmulke. It shows that there's something between me and God. What about you, comrade? What does your hat suggest?
What have you got in your hands?
Isa reveals in one hand a harmless small knife, and the dreidel he is whittling in the other.
It landed on Gimel.
What?
I said it landed on Gimel.
What does that mean?
That you get everything?
I win?
We'll see. The Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Blessed be the name of his heavenly kingdom. And you shall love the Lord God with all your soul and with all your might. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Many different lands that span the corners of the earth, a people longed for hope since many years ago. We share a common dream, though far removed from one another. In the strange way we describe ourselves as long lost brothers. History prevailed, many people's prayers were answered. All the questions remain. Will all the children return? The promised land stretches out a hand. There was hope, and it was strong. A million voices raised in song. 6 million more joined in the choir to forge a phoenix from the fire. There was hope, and it was strong. A million voices raised in song. 6 million more joined in the choir and sang the phoenix from the fire. And as the sun began to rise and set ablaze Israeli skies, a cold front spread across the east that should have been foreseen.
What is it, Lento? Just arrived.
Our books! They're burning all our books! 30,000 books from the Jewish library! Years of wisdom and culture up in smoke! However, boy Morel even here
a wild pack of wolves have been released. Escape from command, more hate was unleashed, and restricted with foes who traveled east. Along the railways, along the rivers,
The poison prevails, it tortures and kills. Senseless and cruel, but your force goes without saying. But its effects on our lives cannot be understated.
our safety net may well be a trap we wolves straight into. Conspiracy cities are predicament. Suddenly they cross the shadow, across and through.
That you have both proven yourself to be politically reliable, and that you both have impeccable track record has not gone unnoticed. A decorated war hero, both, backing this petition is what I think did trick.
David Levin.
Oh yes, keep you posted.
Just maybe things are going to work out. Kind of horror.
David and Baylor are standing by the radio, with David browsing through a paper, whilst Baylor turns the dial.
In the British Mandate of Palestine, a new wave of road ambushes has resulted in the death of dozens of refugees, most of them post-war survivors from Europe. Egypt and Syria have once again stated their unshakable resolve to assist their Palestinian brothers in their righteous fight to push into the sea every last one of the Zionist intruders.
Father, you asked me earlier what I wanted to do with myself now that the war is over.
Have you thought any further? I've always told you to follow your heart.
Yes. I've discovered I'm a very good soldier.
Well, as long as you remain a very good soldier, that's a good thing.
And I feel like I have good prospects to further my career in the military.
That's good news. It's always good to have a clear vision.
And what's more, I've decided to return to the front line.
That's not good news.
In Israel.
That's terrible news.
David, I think you're making an honorable and commendable decision. Papa, I think you have some nerve.
Don't sass.
You're a hypocrite! You steal me away from my childhood, my ambitions, my entire here to Roberto, to pursue your Yiddish cultural heritage, not mine. I was an American, and so were you, and that is what Globalization went there to become. Your dinner party spiel about a Soviet sign has no one but you on your side. We were too young to have a choice. David, it scares me to death when you're out in the front. I actually even started praying for you, which is not something I do very often. I prayed harder than anything in my entire life. And now, you're back safe. So really I should do it more often. I think, though, and the more I think about it, especially now that that horrible war is over, don't we all deserve a fresh start?
In Israel. I'm sorry, but I suppose fur coats are extremely popular in such a hot country. Or maybe we should move to Jerusalem, make hats for the Orthodox.
I mean, a fresh start. I don't have to be a furry. I could do anything.
Like what?
I could be a film star!
Bela, stop!
David! It reminds me, have I got news to tell you?
Bela, that's enough! David, the difference between your Zion and mine is that I did not risk your life by bringing you here, whereas you are literally laying it on the line for a country that only exists in your head!
For our new homeland to be able to function, the name of the game is to make sacrifices. I am willing to work hard, and who better than me? I've learned from the mistakes of the Soviet Zion. It's a secular leap of faith, pledging our lives to this experiment. Who knows what to expect, and who knows what to hope? I strongly believe we need a place to go home. I've not just logic, but God on my side. If you would only see the things I see.
And I suppose you'll build a paradise. I hate to break it to you, but I've heard that one before. Surrounded by people on all four sides who want to drive you into the sea. What auspicious new beginnings!
Back at party headquarters, Mirelle and Sophia are waiting patiently to be seen.
Mrs. Lieberman, it appears that the release order for your husband was issued a couple of years ago, but was misplaced or lost due to upheavals of recent times.
What?
Yes, and so I now know not when he will be released. Moscow will have to decide. It's the office of the principal deputy of border security liaising with the offices of conditional releases and so on. You understand? Renewed petition has been issued, but again, we'll just have to wait and see.
Oh, Mother. I'm truly happy. I really am. I'm just forgetting how to smile. I haven't had much good news lately, not for the longest while. This is good news, Sophia. Go to your husband.
Yes, Mother. Are you sure you're all right?
Yes.
Mrs. Lieberman, I've just been discussing your case with my colleague, and it appears we found a way we might work together.
You have?
In exchange for immediate release of your husband.
Oh, officer, I'll do anything.
To prove your party loyalty by reporting on any ruthless cosmopolitan activities, any anti-Soviet sentiments, and in particular, Mrs. Lieberman, any Zionist sympathies.
Zionist sympathies.
In particular, Mrs. Lieberman, you are to keep close eye on the Levy family.
The Levys.
Whose American origin makes them particularly suspicious. Your daughter is news reader. I'm sure you've been following the news. America is our biggest threat, and Americans almost so. You are to report to my office on first day of every month and dictate 2,000-word report. And Mrs. Lieberman, every report by our informants is cross-checked against those of others. If you conceal any information that later is brought to light, not only you, but your daughter Sophia could end up in prison. So my advice to you is to be honest. Congratulations, Mrs. Levy. Things are certainly looking up.
And so I'm left with little choice. How to be true to my integrity. How do my best endure this trial. It all shall pass in just a little while. I rest assured I have the best interests at heart. I'll try in the meantime not to fall apart.
Sophia arrives at the Levins and is greeted by David, pacing the floor.
Sophia, I have news to tell you. Please sit down.
What do you have to tell me? Do calm down.
I've decided we are leaving with you with me rubbish, and we are needed elsewhere to support the Holy Land.
You're asking me to follow as you blindly lead the way. But Roberto is still my home, and I am here to stay. There's no turning back. This is my home.
Sophia, if I go, of course you're coming too. Happiness awaits, we'll start anew.
Joking aside, it's not like you've tried your best to convince me of your cause. You want me to leave, change my whole life. How considerate to ask if I can see. What are you thinking? You live in a dream world. Cutting your heels 3 times and being gone home. This is all I know. We're a red generation, and my mother won't leave. I'll not leave her side either. Trying for a son. Are you sure that you want me to raise him in a war zone? My son raised on a crew of a promised land. It was my red alert for a long time. So I don't blame you for your defection. You're disillusioned in more ways than one. Is it selfish of me wanting you here beside me? It's more selfish of you abandoning our parents' dream.
Sophia, this is not a matter to contend. Everything will work out in the end.
Consideration of your needs, you've gone and forgotten mine indeed. We're not so lucky to just pick and choose. Robishanners are not like other Jews. We're not Israeli, we scarcely speak Hebrew. We're Russian Jews who've been raised in Siberia. From the tundra into the desert, up the frying pan into the fire. I'll not leave my mother. She needs me at her side. Go if you want to. Don't let me stand in your way. One day when you realize
train now approaching platform 2 is the delayed 1809 service calling all stations to Khabarovsk.
At the train station, Morel and a small crowd are awaiting the arrival of a train which duly pulls into and out of the station. Darkness. Morel is the only person left on the platform.
Do you want me with all these bruises? Can you really shoulder the burden? My heart's in the palm of your hand. I'm standing naked before you. All my deepest secrets wide open. My heart's in the palm of your hand. Are you quite brave enough to accept the myriad of challenges? Are you quite brave enough to accept that I might have already lived? As you can see, I'm scared and I'm bruised. My battle I'm through. Once again, a whole new beginning. Once again, I'm wiping the slate clean. My heart's in the palm of your hand. My heart's in the palm of your hand.
I'm scared to ask questions, afraid of the answers.
This place is a failure from what I so far have seen. We were impassioned so strongly with mankind's to save. It pains me to learn that our hopes were in vain.
But none of it matters now you're with me beside me. For so long I have been desperate for this day.
At home, with the reunited Lieberman family.
Blessed is he, beyond any blessings or songs. Or praise or consolation which are uttered in the world.
Father, we're out of turnips. Would you prefer potatoes or parsnips with dinner?
Both.
Both? Isa, we're not millionaires.
Where is it written? Besides, potatoes and parsnips don't cost the earth. They both grow out of the ground.
I'd love to give you both, Papa. I really would, but then we'd have neither to eat tomorrow.
Oh, well, parsnips then, I suppose. Or whichever you decide, Sophia. If one day, please God, you are blessed with children of your own, given a choice, I do not want you to raise them here, or having always to choose between one hardship and another.
You're not the only one who wants to leave. You have every right to be bitter, Father, but you can't just keep...
But nothing, Sophia. Your precious Communist Party are just mortals. Human men who are bound to make mistakes. You think it wasn't a mistake that I was thrown into prison? You think that that couldn't happen again, even to you? Listen to me when I talk, because I love you and you are my daughter. The only one that you can truly trust is God.
But Father, you're
But nothing. I do not consider this a matter for debate.
For the sake of my family, I'll don a brave face. Although the memory stuck in my throat. I dreamt Papa would come back. I prayed for this day. But I didn't think it would be this way. The matters at present are present true. Out with your meds, it's time to prepare. Not to place my bets so precisely or exactly when, but I think things will return to normal. Just be patient. Out with her meds, our dirt and the blue. Read right by the oaths and spelt. Oh, your broch, they're here already.
Come in. Come in.
Hello, what a pleasure to see you.
It's really been too long.
Thank you for having us over.
We got some catching up to do.
It's nice to see, after so long, that you are looking well. You look healthy and happy, which of course is a very good thing. Still no ring on your finger though. Get your head in the game, as you Americans say.
I only managed to rustle up 3 copies of order service, so we're gonna have to share. I hope you don't mind.
That's quite all right.
And here, a surprise. I hope you enjoy it. I suppose you didn't see many whilst you were away.
David. No, it's all right. Morel, look, it's a banana.
However, did you get such an exotic thing? I mean, Oscar, really, a banana.
Wouldn't you like to know?
No, I would rather not know! I would rather you don't say a word! Wait, that's enough. We've still enough to prepare. Today's show comes first, but still has good season, some should see us tomorrow. For extra clubs, for extra points, for extra melodies.
Since it's been such a long time since I've done it, I would like to lead tonight's service in Hebrew.
Morel is clearly displeased at this suggestion and leaves the table to prepare more food, frustratedly banging pots and pans in the kitchen.
Yes, it'll be good practice.
What for?
I mean, I haven't spoken it since I was a young boy, that's all.
The shaman will reach the bones, and astrologers chart the sky. And as misled in hope, you pray in a language you don't understand. To a God who is vengeful, a God who is cruel. The shamelessly embrace, the shamelessly imaginary. Why can't you face the truth? Oh, the matter. It wasn't God's love that released you. Either it was mine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Morel is observing the scene at the table from some distance in the kitchen.
When you feel that rush, and it catches in your throat, and you take in a breath, while stabbing your heart, the pain, it never ends, it just feels impulsively. I wouldn't recommend
page 193, a toast, each to express our redemption.
I will take you out of suffering and deliver you from bondage.
God will deliver you with an outstretched arm and with great judgment.
I will take you myself as a nation.
And I will bring you to the land.
Next year it says here in Jerusalem,
or somewhere else in Palestine. Here's to kicking the British out.
David!
Marx, Einstein, Kafka, Freud, some of the world's greatest minds are Jewish. Imagine a country full of such great minds, a glorious nation of equality and peace. Israel will flourish as the one true Jewish state. The palm trees and sand dunes all beckon, they welcome us. The fragrant is so thick and warm, we cheer the air of our ancestry. We'd be home at last, a real home at last.
It's dangerous to talk about such things.
Merle, I understand that my
Judeo-socialist utopia was a lovely idea, a theory in paper in the minds of the wishful. There is now another choice. There wasn't when we first came.
I'm fed up with starry-eyed idealists who want to reorder the world. Enough of utopias.
Mirelle goes towards the door to open it for the prophet, as is the custom on Passover. Before she arrives, there is a sudden loud knocking on the door.
Oh, perhaps it's the prophet Elijah, come to pay us a visit.
Merle, is there anything the matter?
Terrified, she looks through a crack in the door.
How strange. There's nobody there.
The town square. Feigning casualness, Oscar and Mirelle, side by side, pretend to read the latest party proclamations affixed to the town hall, now graced by glossy posters, first-generation Soviet jet fighters.
Be always aware and on constant vigil. Untrustworthy cosmopolitan elements seek to undermine the USSR from within.
How to get our children out of this godforsaken country? That's the question.
Whatever do you mean?
I cannot stay here in good conscience, and there's so much more I can achieve. The world is my oyster to a certain extent. I'm not sure what I can believe. I tried putting my faith in Stalin, sharing his Soviet dream. How stupid of me! I should have known better. But no one can say though that we didn't try.
We tried our best, Morel, but I do not want my children languishing in the Soviet Union for the rest of their life, rotting.
You keep your head low and do as you're told, so that you can protect your loved ones. I mean, that's what's more important, is it? Your family, your children.
Morel, you know I'm not stupid. I know you've been informing on me and my family, and that knock on the door just then, that was a sign from them that your Hebrew language Seder and all of our shickered-up conversation was being monitored. Morel, I want the Soviet Union to know that I'm absolutely fed up with it, and I am willing to tell the world the reason why.
Oscar!
In actual fact, Morel, you can tell the authorities that I'm willing to tell them that myself, face to face.
Have you gone out of your mind?
No, Morel. Your informing on my family and I will keep you and both of our loved ones safe. Morel, I have a plan.
That's outrageous. I mean, that's outrageous.
A loss of faith furnished by fantasies, a path from the graces cushioned by an acute awareness of reality.
This scares me to the bone. What have I discovered? How do we know who our friends are?
We came here to make an honest living, but our hopes died with our dreams. The land will outlive all of us.
arrive at the Levin household.
Comrades, why don't you all come on in?
Comrade Levin, it was brought to our attention that you have grown politically unreliable.
Is that so?
Slightly mad, in fact. Comrade Levy, do you really want to defame whole of USSR? You, international face of Bilobijan. Do you want to spend whole life in Gulag?
Certainly not. I'm too soft and spoiled for that.
I wouldn't expect to be leaving Russia. That is out of the question.
Well, you can't blame a man for trying. I'm sure you'd do the same thing, comrade, if you were in my shoes.
I'm not wearing shoes. I'm wearing army boots. The same army boots that I wore when I was fighting myself to the heart of Berlin whilst you were safely here in Bilobijan. Comrade Levin.
Well, now, the shoe, as they say, is on the other foot. However pleasant this may be, gentlemen, I think we should get down to business. I have a deal for you.
With you shoes, it's always a deal.
In light of the Soviet Union's recent change of heart regarding establishing a Jewish state in the land of Israel, I will allow, in return for exit visas for my family and myself, for you to stage my death. You can have a grand funeral, a procession maybe. My family and I will leave the country, and you will not hear of the Levin family or of my dangerous opinions ever again. You will also grant exit visas to the Lieberman family, should they so wish it.
Well, that's a very interesting proposal, Comrade Levin. But if you think we can trust your word, after what was reported to us by the very same comrade that you wanted to aid in leaving, then you are deluded. Let me tell you what will actually happen. We will, and I stress, this is very difficult for us, but we will arrange for exit visas for your two children. They will be on my desk tomorrow morning.
Don't forget the Liebermans.
Oh.
Yes. We will, however, not fake your death, Comrade Levin. You are to make yourself scarce, Comrade Levin. Very, very scarce. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Can we at least trust you to do that, comrade? Because rest assured, if we cannot trust you to do it yourself, the outcome will be same anyhow. And your children will remain right here in Bilobijan. Or worse. Good day, comrade.
So I'm left with little choice. I have no one whom I can turn to, and so by fire I shall be tried. I pray my sacrifice is for the greater good. I tell myself I have the best interest at heart. Try in the meantime not to fall apart. For the sake of my family, I'll don a brave face, swallow the memories stuck in my throat. By the time that you receive this, if it gets to you at all, I can't stay silent in good conscience when there's so much needed to be said. The world's now your oyster to a certain extent. I suppose you've me to thank for that. Bela, darling, I have some wonderful news for you.
At the office of the State Resettlement Committee, we'll find exit visas for you both, and also for Sophia and her parents. You must collect these immediately and leave straight away. Don't ask any questions. what you need and get straight to Tel Aviv as soon as you can. Register your arrival with the authorities, and I will make sure I find you. You may use all the money I've hidden in the house. You know where it is. I've had to leave urgently on business, but I would join you there. So please don't worry.
I love you both, and always want what's best for you. I know we'll meet again soon, at which point we'll live in peace. Please keep me in your prayers, and for the war to cease. Judeo-socialist utopia, what a lovely idea! It should have done better, and so I'm left with little choice. I hope my life's not in vain.
The train station. Friends and neighbours have turned out to give their farewells to the Levin and Lieberman families.
Morel, you don't look happy at all. I thought you'd be delighted to leave.
I'm truly happy. I really am. It came out of the blue. I haven't had